from both the supports and the off lane. So this could just be the recognition here for Neon with their itemization. How do we feel? Because this is a Rubik 5, and I know we were questioning the Rubik a decent amount. Do you like them putting the Rubik on Januel?
Not a huge fan. I feel like this lane was just so good. If you had the Enchantress together with the Juggernaut, like,
that's what I thought.
The Viper wouldn't have had a game. So I guess doubling down on the fact that, okay, we've got this Rubik super early on. Hopefully this isn't going to be another situation where, you know, Neon have kind of overthought themselves, because, you know, sometimes the simplest Dota is the best Dota. Make it easy to execute. It's going to get scouted out as he places this Observer Ward.
One thing I do like about Radiance, the question is that Spectre, what is your itemization going? You know, we've seen that blade push out of the lane.
30 seconds to battle.
Getting active early. You like Juggernaut active early on in the tier. So much. So line up where they can play Neon. Just as a one, you know, showing. See if they're able to.
The battle begins.
Not gonna.
GG na, sabi ko mag-GG na yung tomato.
Yes.
Wait up!
Battle Fury! Last of my kind.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's courier has been killed.
Let's see nature's grace Enchantress.
My blade is swifter.
Was lame.
Denied.
every extra level in the poison attack. BDZ as well is also level 3, so that is a great move from them. And this is kind of what we saw in, I believe we had day 1 and our first game as well with the Viper. As soon as he got that level 3, was able to get aggressive instant.
Yeah, and it's not just that. We talk about Vision just before. They've got this observer ward on the high ground that we saw BDZ place next to all of these Radiant heroes at the very start of the game. He saw that Zhao was making the rotation through up to the top to... did he end up taking that bounty rune, or was he just checking for stacks? But he wasn't in the lane, so that enabled them to rotate through, get the stun in onto Natsumi when he was already low because of the Viper, and secure themselves a return.
Neon are often a team that like to...
Here we go, mid lane.
Yep. Move. Yo, wait. Not going to tick out. 7 sticky napalm stacks. He's okay. Down bottom as well. We see the Viper getting dived onto the tower.
Thanks, guys.
So Neon able to use that awareness with the Earth Spirit rotating mid to find the kill on Nico. But again, it does cost them Yopaj.
And I like the time that he rotated as well. Normally you would think, okay, I'm going to rotate around the 4-minute mark, the 6-minute mark, secure all these runes. He went at 5 minutes, right as it turned into nighttime. So he wanted to make sure that he wasn't being scouted out until it was too late.
Lane,
And Ryu getting dived.
They got BDZ here as well. Roll's just a bit shy. All he needs is the kick to help out. Ara did commit forward with the dive. Where's the TP? I think it actually got cancelled, so XctN. Yes, he'll get the kill, but he's going to even fall as well.
Is under attack.
I think he had the net on the
Great conductor.
the little troll that he'd got.
See, early on, 7 kills, 6 minutes in. Something to highlight is the fact that Neon, there are no stacks at the moment around the Ancient. So this is something that XctN have been prioritizing heavily. They like giving Ryu a kind of self-sufficient offlaner. You know, Tim Bob we've seen a couple times, but he can then prioritize making these stacks. But there's none at the moment, and this is where a Batrider mid really thrives on taking Ancient stacks. So a bit of a worrying sign. Down bot though. On here, there's some backup, and with the Treads bonus health, he's going to be okay.
He is going to secure these last 2 hits. I mean, we were talking before, but he is got those stacks built up onto him.
It's a water Natsumi. That is so greedy. Oh no. Again, every extra level in the poison attack, such a strong spy.
And now you've even got that Viper Strike. Pierces spell immunity, so you're going to be able to chase people down, perhaps force out TPs. A lot of extra gold. You don't start with 3 TPs anymore.
Dire's top tower is
Could
under
be
attack.
a pretty significant factor for execration. And you can see, rotating down towards the bot side is Yopaj. She's got Firefly available. Not a ton of movement speed. Able to catch Nico with it. Looks like he will.
Should be a kill for them. He's not even going to try and use... Oh, okay. Well, forced to use the lasso. The region, no, just keeps his life, but they're even going to haunt down here. Palos haunting forward. Region coming into play for Yopaj. Palos is committed very deep. Got the backup of BDZ. Even Enryu's going to show up as well with the first one committed of the game. He's got maxed out Scorch Earth, so should be able to chase down the Spectre. It's going to tick out in a couple seconds here. There will be no deny. So we see Palos. Oh,
Radiant's middle
another
tower
kind of greedy play we're seeing out of these cores. Thought he could get away with it. Even BDZ is going to roll under the tower. Instant assassinate into the TP out. He's out of there. He's also almost level 6.
Almost level 6, and he's been part of 6 of the 7 kills so far. Fantastic rotation. There's a Cito. 13 kills in 8 minutes. They're just killing people all across the map. Well, the siege is even starting towards the top side, like we were expecting. XctN, he's playing a bit more of that, I don't want to say offlane role, but he is the definition of a greedy 4 at this stage.
This is what we love to see.
Yeah, the downside, of course, is that we were talking about the Batrider, what he was lacking in the mid lane. He had a very good start to the game, getting a lot of denies off against this Razor, but if you're playing this role with XctN, it means that he can't get too many stacks off. I think these might be the first ones that he's actually going to be able to claim for his back to allow him to come back into this game.
Yeah, I mean, you take a look at the Batrider's net worth. I mean, he's actually just ahead of Razor at the moment. Natsumi will fall top, though. Yowie and BDZ. That is a big one to pick up there, Yowie. Even though he's not doing too hot in the net worth, getting a big kill on Natsumi's Juggernaut is going to slow down carry on Neon.
Man. I don't want to say things are looking bad for Neon because they are getting a lot done with this Enchantress. And we've talked about how they're lacking stuns. They're lacking, you know, a solid way to get in on top of her and deal with her when she starts, you know, pushing out all of that right-click damage. It's not like these, you know, 4-5 Enchantresses that we see that are like, I'm just going to build a Holy Locket and be super tanky with my Nature's Attendance and my magic resistance. No. This is a right-click. This is CTM wanting to deal a ton of pure damage, especially against this Spectre.
I like the fact that he is going for the Dragon Lancer over something like a Force Staff. Because I feel like you take a look, if you force out of, you know, Supernova to reset, out of the Viper slows the Razor Static Link away from the Earth Spirit roll, like Force Staff just looks so valuable this game.
Well, that ward that he just placed was not valuable because you know that small camp has been blocked for quite a while, and he just put an observer ward right next to it. So easy money, easy gold coming through to BDZ there. I don't mind the Dragon Lance, right? Because A, it enables you to be, you know, a bit more of that tanky threat. The extra 10 strength is always nice. And it also means that you've got an easier way to deal with the Supernova, and eventually you can still build into the Hurricane. So I think it's totally fine.
Radiant's middle tower.
You see,
is under
how's
attack.
Palace going on the Spectre? It's close to the Echo Saber. He's going to TP back. We're looking for a Haunt play to get out on the map here. Unfortunately, he's shy of the gold for the Rover Magi, so just a little bit off there on that timing. Would have been perfect. He had the Echo, or TP back, then Haunt to join. But and like he's still just going to fall back, arm up the jungle. They haven't made any real aggressive plays here for Neon. Is there anything we're kind of waiting for them?
Honestly, like, when they do make aggressive plays, it's not even under a smoke. They just look to group up all together and just go as this big ball of a team and force the enemy team to respond to it. So I think they're just waiting for a few of these key timings. Maybe Enryu picking up his BKB because he is incredibly farmed. He's already got his Midas. He's a good 1,500 gold ahead of any Dire hero. And, it's not going to be too far until he does pick up that BKB. Coincide with the Dragon Lance as well on CTM.
There was a mechanism also completed for Nico, so going for a bit more of the utility route on the Viper. We'll see how much that mechanism is going to play into these team fights here as mid lane. Opaj. A little bit of antsy with the haste again. Got a lack of stuns. It's so hard to punish the Bat Rider being up in your face. They do smoke.
I think it would dial. It was popping anyway, right? He picked it up 2 minutes ago, so he's got a regen now. In disposal. Got all of their ultimates now available on Execration. You can see Spectre farming away at the other side of the map, picking up the Echo Saber, so they're ready for a team fight to break out.
Oh, Enryu gonna try and jump back towards the tower. It's not gonna be able to make it to safety. The Haunt down. There were no extra rotation, so Neon just gonna try and cut their losses. They even dropped the Supernova, trying to get that little extra damage instance to kill off the Rubik. A lot of ultimates used. They will find Enryu. That is a massive Ti10 as well. Oof. You hate to see it. Efficiency coming through from the Doom. Even Devour's on cooldown as well, so that pick off. They're going to tip it down, actually. Neon recognizing the ulti's on cooldown. Not going to drop the lasso. They're on top of the Korean Wave Power, so the Omni Slash not going to come into play with the TP out. Palace is going to be able to make it. No! He'll just fall. They trade the kill on CTM, so it's a 1-for-1, but Neon are happy with that. They defend their T1 tower, and you get a big kill from Palace Spectre.
Yeah, for sure. They made the rotation when the Ogre still hadn't made its way out to CTM. His positioning was a little odd. You know, again, you're an Enchantress, but he's gone full glass cannon. Level 8 doesn't even have a point in the Untouchable. He realizes that, well, they're probably going to be able to kill me anyway, just because they've got the Razor, they've got the Nether Toxin available on the Viper.
Tonight.
He needs to be really on point with his positioning this game. He's the captain, he's the shot caller. See if he's able to bring it home.
See what Radiant want to do as well, because they did show a lot of TPs down bot to protect that tower. Heroes nearby, but also down to Dire. Jumping on the slash with the help of the mechanism burst. It's not going to be enough to keep him alive, and now with the Doom out too. Chase down the Earth Spirit. No way he's going to swing on over. It's not going to be. Oh, nice deny. Beautiful play from them. They're still going to lose 2 heroes, and with Yopaj showing up, it's going to haste once again. So much movement speed to be able to chase him down. They will purge that off. Is there any way to slow down your way? You see,
Dire's
same with
bottom tower
Neon,
is under attack.
lacking the stuns at the moment. Finds one kill, that deny coming out on the Earth Spirit. That is a lot of rotations down bot.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It is, and you know, it's the style of play that Neon like to go for. None of these crappy little smokes. Let's just ball up together as a team. We realize that we have the strength at this stage of the game. 3k net worth lead, even though we're behind in kills. They've taken a bit more of the map control away as well. And so Juggernaut, he's going to be able to continue farming at least until he picks up that Maelstrom. I don't feel like they're going to want to fight with it though. It's just a bit of a farm accelerator.
Ooh, well, Opaj hasn't had many stacks of the Ancients, but I tell you what, that is a gigantic stack.
Juicy. Don't think they're in a position to invade either.
Radiant's
They're more
bottom
concerned
tower
about
is
this
under
bottom
attack.
tower. Makes sense. It's going to open up a decent amount of the map. Who's going to
Radiant's
claim that
bottom
last hit?
tower has fallen. Radiant are scary.
Another factor of having that Dragon Lance on the Enchantress as well. Base attack range 575. Dragon Lance adds 140. My AU maths aren't wrong. That is 715. And just have a quick look over at the Spectre with the dispersion max radius for the damage being returned to you. It's 700. So obviously between attacks, you're going to be wanting to start a step backwards just for that little bit of extra impetus damage. But you're also going to be avoiding a ton of this damage coming back towards you.
Opaj, that stack finished his blink and almost K change in the bank as well towards the BKB. He is in
Radiant's
fighting
middle
shape
tower
here to
is
try and
under
reveal
attack.
Blink Dagger. However, Radiant, their ultimates, they are still on cooldown, so they're not really going to be able to answer
Radiant
call to
structures
defend
are
mid. In
fortified.
fact, they're just going to glyph it up.
Radiant's middle tower
See
is under attack.
how their defense starts to mount though. Dire have an incredible ward on the back line between this tier 1 mid and tier 2. Just the name of the game. You see,
Ooh, they stole it.
Dire's top
That's
tower
pretty key,
is under attack.
being able to take away that nether toxin against a Spectre. It
Radiant's
means that even
middle
though he's got this
tower
haunt
has fallen.
available, you can see he's level 12, but he was kind of considering it, but thinking twice.
Radiant's bottom tower
Dude,
is under attack.
like usually I'd say with this lineup they're going to suffer actually holding him in the next nether toxin. Is hold that thought, Neon. They're going to smoke up. They should know this smoke is happening because the sentry plays without seeing anyone. So Nico's in a great spot to pop him. Skies out, blinking forward, lasso doing everything committed on top of the Bible. They're going to try and cancel him out of the fight. Static Link drained as well. Yoe has only got 28 damage here, so execration. They have to look to count their losses. They get back. There's no stuns at the moment with the lasso on cooldown. Natsumi, nice silence, but still the movement speed. Jug's moving so incredibly fast. Phase on cooldown at the moment, another kick slowing them down. The sticky napalm is starting to stack up. How far do they want to push on forward? Because Nico's back alive in 10 seconds. The Spectre though, it's away for the team. Palos can get down with the mobility. He's going to be able to make it back to safety. I know they're trying to chase it, but they can't keep up. They've gone too far. The trap has been sprung. As CTM battling it against the world, they'll drop the supernova to claim the kill as well. And while we do see Palos, he'll lose his life there. Januel to pick it up. But all in all, I mean, that's a 2 for 2. And not too much happening in regards to the net worth after that fight.
I mean, it's still a 5k lead, so Neon are going to be feeling reasonably okay with it. You've got the Doom, right? You've got the Midas available. They had used the Devour during all of that, so you're getting a good amount of value out of these sorts of rotations. Is this going to be a killer to the Razor?
Bottom tower
Maybe.
is under
Stole
attack.
the plasma filter. Wow. What a play on the instant tip from Natsumi. And Yopaj as well. Oh, man. This is something I was going to bring up just before that fight, is that take a look at Rubik's net worth. He is the, well, at least the third highest, so the second highest, I should say, out of all the supports. And this is a position 5, but it's just showing like the Nether Toxin is such an incredible ability to steal, even though it's only level 1.
Dire's
You
middle
can clear
tower
out
is
creep
under
waves. You
attack.
can play like a tree protector role almost. So just playing the dead lane, shoving it out, getting any little farm you can get. And we'll see later on how this is going to come into play with those items. Because honestly, taking a look at Neon, like, they've got some pretty good scaling heroes.
Yeah, they got
Dire's
great
middle
scaling on their
tower
heroes.
is under
Also,
attack.
we were talking about, you know, the standard position for Rubik build going the Aether Lens into the Blink Dagger. He's changing it up a little bit. He's gone the 4-staff instead. I like it. It's going to be great against the Viper, great against, of course, getting out of that Magnetize, out of the Static Blink, and that's being comboed together with the eventual Hurricane Pike that we were expecting on CTM. He's starting to build into that as well. So 2 4-staffs already. We've also seen one queued up by Yopaj, makes total sense. He's going to get it after his BKB. So that's a huge timing coming through. When are they going to be able to use a lot of this mobility to really take control of how these fights are happening?
Might actually look to smoke up. It was just Blink. He's got the ultimate available. Omni Slash in a couple seconds. Also Sunj and Yasha on Natsumi's Juggernaut. And we take a look at Dire. Holy Locket. Trying to see any other items. BKB still shy on the Razor. BKB shy on Nico as well. And the Spectre a bit away from the Manta. So they are behind in regards to items. And this is something where Neon can look to punish as they're setting up on Yowei top. Yopaj, can he just get in range for the blink? Yowei is pretty speedy. Safety.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Alice farming away from his team again, but again, got that haunt available. I'm still kind of shocked that he doesn't have the Blade Mail. You know, you have all of this damage that's being pumped out to you. The team fights are dragging on, and so you're just going to get so much value out of it. It's going to enable you to take Ancients a lot faster than he currently is with his Echo Saber as well. I feel like it's a bit of a mistake, to be honest.
Radiant are scanning.
I don't Radiant want to go with this smoke. Reconfirm at the moment looks like they're anticipating maybe an aggressive movement from XctN to come through mid.
I don't think they want to smoke it. They're so close to having 4-staff on this Enchantress and pretty close on the Rubik as well, but not doing it. Feeling the confidence of this Doom.
Just shy. The BKB pop. They're going to be able to chuck the Doom once again on Nico. There's some help in the Sunray, but that is not going to be enough here. They even stole the Viper Strike as well, which is level 2, so something to keep in mind for Januel. Next, 240 seconds.
Dire's top tower.
Then again, minus you.
Again, points out. Great plasma field. Look at the AoE damage coming out. They're going to end up bringing down the Rubik. They'll find and Ryu as well. A quick double kill for Yowei, but they're looking to punish for more. There's Natsumi. And not playing the Juggernaut. That healing ward and even the capability of the Blade Fury. So a nice fast-paced move from XctN. They get a little bit of revenge there.
No massive fighters either. Made sure to use it. He made sure to use that Devour. So it's not the worst. You know, you used all of your cooldowns. You gave a little bit of space. Now you've got the 4-star finished up on CTM. It's only 300 gold away on this Rubik as well. Close to that Hurricane Pike. So during all of that, are they going to find Yoda?
Yowei. Natsumi CTM. That should be plenty of damage with the Omni Slash drop. Great kill from them. Yowei is starting to pick up some steam here on the Razor, and guess who? Scam. At heart, it is always this call. Always the man is closing in on the Hurricane Pike. 353 gold down into him. Napsdef is going to lead them into Roshan.
They realized no haunt. That's really the thing that we need to be most aware of. I guess Magnetize as well. BZ has been playing a fantastic game. He is by far the best player right now on XctN, just with his comfort pick, being able to come through, influence so many team fights. The Axe.
Going out again. They get back to safety. BDZ going to try and protect him for a short duration. Also going to TP in. Throw the Viper Strike. No way to jump at the moment with the lasso on quick. They are not going to be able to go.
He's totally healthy though. Held up, he's got an urn ticking on him. It's 10. Stuff. Oh, Hurricane Pike on. G's going to be dishing out. You know, the first couple of those super present. It wasn't.
Gotcha.
Times where he could have been dealing. Time to farm instead. They could take him out with. Didn't need the enchant. This next. ATM really. It able with a lot.
That should help.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Roshan has fallen to the dire.
I will not forget this.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's courier has been killed.
Juggernaut!
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Gold is a great conductor. Illusion.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
May I get in?
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is falling. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Mine.
Juggernaut!
Radiant are scanning. Dire are scanning. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Claim my blade.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Come on, Spike! Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He should be able to TP out. Yes, sir. He's back to safety. Okay. We're just seeing though, when these BKBs, they're expiring, they are getting shredded from all the magic damage, all this AoE damage that Execration had.
Yeah, I do agree. I feel like that supernova was... You mentioned that it wasn't the greatest. I mean, Nia just kept running into it. That's probably why it was a better one.
Yuri!
Still...
Coming out, that might have been revealed. Yeah, they do ping it out immediately. One of the few mistakes that we've seen so far from Execration. Smoke.
Outrider capability, it's taken out a factor. Man, they smoke. They're
not
still
backing up.
nearby. There's Division and Ryu, BKB. Let's see if they're just going to try and retreat away or are they going to stand their ground. And Ryu's BKB is about to expire, and they should be able to catch him out here. Nice force on the ledge, forced off as well. And Ryu, there's no chance he makes it away here. Have to cut their losses. It's gonna fall inside the jungle, but Radiant, they're still sticking around. CTM glimmered up, but they got the detection. A rolling kickback away from the high ground. They'll lose two, and guess what? Gaben's on their side. Roche is up in 5-7. Yopaj? Blink in. They've got the Omni. That's a one committed. Yo, wait, watch out. Sipping the Hoover. Oh my. He almost fell with one more slash. Would have been enough. Has to pop the ultimate for that. They stole the egg.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. That's level 3 egg too.
See you. I see you, Chow. We could see a big play happen around this Roche pit. I mean, that was the dieback on BDZ, so he's not going to be available they don't seem to care. They're having confidence in their ability to take this fight. I suppose the Doom is still dead. Doom, of course, such a strong ability to be able to use in these close encounters, but... There's the egg.
Rubik's Cube egg on the high gun your way. He's posturing really aggressive. I guess he's recognizing that. Your push, he snatched it. Your push snatched the Aegis, but he's still going to lose the first life as well. Natsumi lost 186 damage, so Natsumi, he's going to impact at the moment. He'll kill Yopaj a second time, and again, Neon, they have to watch their friends fall with no assistance. Jump in, but I don't think you want to take this fight right now. He's got the Doom, but they have to be so cautious. Reflects the ultimate, the passions are there as well, but where's the damage? They're going to buy back on the Batrider, but they'll instantly melt through and Ryu. And now with the numbers advantage, let's see if they can reset here. The Doom's about to expire. Yopaji doesn't have the lasso with the flame break, bounce back powers. He's A-okay. He's even got the cheese as well. So Execration, they're in fighting shape. They can run back in and get the catch, but unfortunately with BDZ not nearby, they are lacking that opportunity.
Execration are just taking these fights so much better than Neon. Like, even just then, they made sure to place that observer ward up top. They didn't care that Neon also had vision. Eventually, they were able to get rid of it because of the D-ward that happened, but that just enabled them to have complete understanding of how far they could retreat. Are they going to try and go in with one person? And then you just saw the quick fingers again with that Lotus Orb, able to get off, reflects the Doom. Means this, once again, his impact hasn't been quite what you were expecting, considering the amazing start that he had in terms of his network.
7,000 net worth lead for Execration. Look at that net worth graph. It is a plummet down to Di's favor. They are all cylinders clicking, and like you said, they are just executing these fights at another level compared to Neon. Are there any big timings that we're going to see come through for them short? Any items that we're waiting for?
Is under attack.
They don't have much of anything right now on Neon.
Your way. So careful. Start on forward. Instant BKB. They had to cut the static link. They're able to do so. Still was able to soak away 52 damage. They're going to look to reset. Whole lot committed. Boom still on cooldown as well from Enryu.
It's greedy.
Step forward, double force, Enryu back to safety, but the horn's gonna fly. Spider Legs doing a great job to kite this, but they've been able to catch out XctN. The Enchantress, no man's land, unable to get back to safety with the rest of the team.
It was a haunt for an Enchantress at the end of the day. I mean, this is not what Scam was expecting when he picked this up and when he put all that far priority into himself. He's at the bottom of the net worth right now. He's not dealing anywhere near enough damage in these team fights. Gonna continue to save his gold, make sure that he's got that buyback available in a minute's time, but that BKB is absolutely necessary for him if he wants to make any kind of impact in these teams.
Yeah, and I felt like Radiant scaling late game would have been pretty decent with how XctN was farming, but he's just 4, 8, and 6, dropped to the bottom of the net worth. I guess he's got a lot of farm considering as a support, but we're just not seeing his impact compared to what BDZ has or even RR as well. But I do want to mention, or at least ask, what do we feel like is going to be a late game matchup for Natsumi's Juggernaut? How is he going to fare against Execration?
It's going to take a lot, right? Like, are we going to see a potential Scepter come out for this Doom so that you get the break onto the Spectre? That might be it. Are we going to bank on Zhao being able to steal the Nether Toxin so that you can deal with the Spectre? Like, you're still against a Phoenix. That's something that you need to be concerned about. And it feels like every single time he's getting a full channel off onto that Sunray. Gaben, though, he's smiling on Neon. He's saying, you know what, let's try and make a game of this. He made sure to drop the leveler for them. That extra attack speed is going to be enormous, both for the Omni Slashes as well as being able to finally kill that goddamn end.
He's also smiling on Execration. That's a DD in the bottle for Palos. Still got the cheese in the backpack and a nullifier up here. That is an incredible item. For 25, he's got that 5% dispersion increase. Taking a look at the nullifier and what it's going to be able to do this game. You got 3 4 staffs, a glimmer on the Rubik, and it's going to be so difficult to deal with the Spectre Haunt now. Going to smoke up, Dire. They're on their high ground once again, playing in a position where they can pop the smoke with a vision advantage. But Radiant, they're going to go the long way down through the bottom lane.
Look at them. They're just playing around these choke points. I really love it. You know, they've got the vision. They've got the heroes on the... Well, I mean, if they make this big wraparound, it could be huge. Although that's not the target that they're going for. They want to find this Spectre. Not the double damage, but not a ton of mana. Not a huge amount of survivability, it has to be said. If you take away that horde potential to be able to get away to some other part of the fight, then, well, suddenly can be food.
I don't know how they're actually going to be able to get there fast enough, Execration. Boss.
Instantly Ninja Gears.
And they're coming down too. BDZ and RR both straight away moving to connect the Spectre. Works.
No, they're not all connected though. Yoe's still in mid lane. Nico around this high ground.
Rush hunting, blue forward. Oh, that's a big pickup. BDZ has been doing so much work throughout the fight. Points in, jumps straight onto the backline. Januel, food for the Spectre, but it's got a buyback. They don't have the outpost control though, so we won't be able to rejoin instantly. Doom's out, no low sword to be able to protect him. The static link's not there as well. They need to stay on top of the Razor, but they're unable to do so. They'll kite it back, and Omni Slash unable to do any amount of damage as well. So Natsumi has to retreat back to safety with the Blade Fury, but he's getting kited. The Viper Strike slowing him down at double force into the TPR. Can he make it? No! Yoe! They use the cancel and Natsumi will fall. He's down for 90 seconds. He doesn't have a buyback. And BDZ, the all chat voice lines are there as well.
Oh, perfect timing with everything is totally right. We couldn't even just TP straight away there. I was like, but they got no stuns. There's no BDZ. You can't just go there. But they had the supernova. It would have popped before the TP went off. So forced to attempt to make that kind of play. Nice double 4-star coming through, but it's just not enough. And well, they're going to finally start pressuring into the high ground. Can you imagine 41 minutes in, first time that we're going to be breaching high ground?
Breach the leg again. Okay. Is anything to help out? I mean, Nether Toxic would be great for a high ground defense, but Rubik's Cube Supernova on default, that might just not be a factor now. That Horn
was just the Shadow Step.
Charge, sure, yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower.
I'm not even Shadow Step, yeah, the dispersion. Now, you gotta be super careful now, actually, right? Yeah, you're gonna be using the Fate Bolts, and it's like, call an ambulance, but not for me.
One thing about Execration is that they do not siege past the Spectre. Maybe CTM can pop shot. This Hurricane Fire falls back and then the Rubik's Cube on top of the power climb with the lasso. The Dragging Spectre is in the fountain. The fountain! Palace, Manta, Flaybreak, further back. We see what happens when you're stuck in the fountain. No, Palace will fall. And Ryu somehow alive. What an incredible lasso. He's got a buyback. Haunts up in 15 seconds as well. If this fight drags on, he might be able to rejoin them. Nico's in trouble. They're going to cut their losses as the Viper will sacrifice himself to the gods. Down for 80. They're catching more though. Natsumi shouldn't have a stun. So that is 2 down. Both have buyback though, but the lanes are so far shoved out.
I mean, again, individual brilliance. That's what needs to happen. Being able to drag the Spectre in the midst of all of that chaos back into the fountain and then flame break him back in when he tries to escape. On top of that, CTM finally able to just sit back and deal some damage. He was essentially doing the most damage on his team in that team fight, and he's almost level 20 now. So he's going to get that little bit of extra team fight control once these BKBs start to run lower with the extra untouchable slow. Might even go the Ancient and try and take this Granite Golem. That extra 10%, 15% HP is going to be super effective.
Even just not smiling down on Neon, it looks like. Unfortunately, Roshan still on respawn. Juggernaut actually could have been able to take that, but tier 2 tower. The ward inside the base jumps in, instant finds the Phoenix. They want to take care of the Supernova in the fight. They need to bring him down before the dive with telekinesis.
No buyback.
Phoenix doesn't have a buyback.
Oh, it's very close. It's very close.
25 cooldown on the lasso too. roll in. BDZ finds a jog. Can they push him back? Nice force up once again. They're fighting before they're back alive on the Viper. That's a BKB. Actually, the minute a horn from Norway. Roll in once again. A buyback going to come through. Execration. They've got all 5. They've got to lose on Ryu into the instant TP. CTM will make it. But Natsumi? His Blade Fury's on cooldown. Can't side tip the roll as well. You need to do whatever he can. He's unable to do anything. They'll lose Natsumi. He's able to get the Shadow Step as well. Yopaj, nice blink away. TP out. He's okay. Natsumi doesn't have a buyback.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, not again. He's having to go all in onto just trying to win these team fights. Do they have a Philosopher's Stone? No, they don't. So he's not even able to sit that one in his inventory while he's dead for a little bit of
Dire's
extra
top tower is
old
under
gumming his
attack.
way. And, well, we talked about before with Neon, they weren't put in an advantageous position.
CTM?
Oh?
No. CTM. They got another force. They've already used it on Zhao and Pelos. Mr. Blade is out. CTM Zagona unable to get back in. And at least he's got a buyback. They also still Sunray, so we'll see how that's going to come into play here.
Radiant's middle tower is under
What
attack.
I was saying was, Roche still ain't up, so it's not the end of the world. And, well, it's going to be another 60 seconds, though. You've got some decent tower taking potential. I kind of want to see, well, I feel like Execration aren't going to want to go onto the high ground unless they're already in a super advantageous position. They're not the type that are just going to slowly chip away, so maybe the axe shot on Nico isn't the way to do it.
Gold is a great conductor.
We've seen what Doom can do in the late game. This hero can just take multiple people out of a game with Pressure Orb. He now has it picked up, the double Doom capability. He is going to a Lincoln's on the Viper, the Lotus Orb as well, so we'll see how that's able to come into play here for Nico. Smoke up. Smoke up in a couple of seconds.
Just as it respawns, vision from the Shivas. It's away. Jiggy though, going forward on Palace. They finally have vision around this area, but no, taken away immediately.
It's this Roshan as well. Third one, Refresher Shard. And shown with the Aegis Cheese die. They're going to smoke up. 5 Radiant themselves as well. Smoke on smoke for this third Roshan, who is able to get the jump. It all comes down to the vision. Go. In the front line, time and time again this game, the Viper's been the one to pop the smoke. It's going to instantly happen with rolling. He's going to get caught before the ultimate. He's going to pop the BKB and Ryu instantly. He's going to get cancelled though. Refresher's out. Now down to the back line. They dropped the supernova. It's unable to control anyone, but a lot of ultimates being forced. They're looking to reset. Is Yahweh? How much someone died just yet? CTM? TP out? And Ryu? He's got TP as well. Nullify is there. I don't think he'll make it. Link up in a couple seconds, maybe. Oh, BDZ. He's on point.
Oh man, he ran across the entire map just to try and get away from this pesky Spectre. Ends up using at least the dispersion, but ooh, man, it's going to open up that Roche pit.
Such a chaotic fight. And Ryu linked into the roll, so got stunned. He couldn't get that initiation. I think he doomed the Lincolns on the Viper. So he had to refresh. Yeah, but it just wasn't a factor at all.
We even give this shot over to, I guess it has to be the Phoenix, right? But I don't know, there's an argument for the Spectre as well on top of this.
Just holding it. They give it to Yahweh at the moment.
I guess just wanting him to frontline and being able to refresh the Aeon disc is the key factor for them. Oh, he's also got, I believe, the XctN coming out to him, so we could see some Tesla coil action. I mean, we were talking about before, how are they going to actually breach this high ground? Maybe the Viper Axe. No, just use the old Tesla coil.
I guess even if Razor eventually gets the Aghanim Scepter for himself, which of course, like you said,
he's got it.
Yeah, just pick it up. So now that capability to siege is increased here for Yahweh. Oh, that makes a lot more sense, yeah. Double Ags. The Eye of the Storm. Oh boy. Oh boy. That is... What was the 25 telling he went for? He went for the attack speed, okay.
Generation!
The strike interval at level 20 he went for. So it is some machine gun lightning strikes, that's for sure.
Any big talent timings, I should say, that we're about to see?
Nothing major, I don't think. I mean, it feels like Jugs had his level 25 for a while, and to be honest, haven't really made that much use out of it.
That last fight, the Omni Slash just got completely negated thanks to Yowe's Your Scepter. Heading into the later stages, we could even see some form of like a Wind Waker to help out. First, like a Lasso, be a Doom, Omni Slash. Yeah. We were highlighting that Stone factor, so we'll see what the next item's going to be here for Yowe.
Yeah, and it's the super late stages of the game, so they're not lacking damage on Execration right now. They've got the Sunray, they've got the Spectre. That's all you realistically need. You know, they're able to toss out these Viper Strikes, but I feel like when Nico gets to 25, he's not going to go the Nether Toxic cooldown. He's going to go the Corrosive Skin, Slow, and Resistance, just to be able to, again, be that survivable beast on the front lines. Because when you think about it, where is the right-click damage coming from outside of the Enchantress and the Juggernaut? It's basically all magic, and you're going to have an inbuilt 50% magic resistance. I'll take that.
Without a doubt. That's just going to be so difficult to go through the Viper. It just doesn't even have a BKB. It's like, got enough magic resistance. Mech, Lotus, Lincoln, plenty of defensive items here for them. It's like, finally, Lane's getting in a position where Execration feel content poking up the high ground.
He actually got the Ag's blessing, so he didn't even need to waste a spot on the Ags. And are you ready for a light show?
So drag back, they're going to try first on the Viper, but the Lincoln's up the back line as well. Nico falling incredibly low, and they're able to bring him down.
Look at the lightning.
Fire back if he wants to reset, but the Rax is just getting shredded apart. Disc finds the block. Are they able to reset and go back in? Doom's out and Ryu refresh a pot, but the control is not there. Telekinesis. Spectre. Let's have the Aegis here, but Juggernaut, he's zoning away the reinforcements. He's getting choked down. CTM at the moment is having a free fight, and they're unable to get on top of the Enchantress. We see these Impetus go to work. Make it back up, Palos.
Link's done, dude.
Flame breaks. Lashes up in 15th here. Is he going to Shadow Step 2 straight on top of the backline? Januar up and out he goes, but it kind of baits BDZ. He's going to roll in. Silence on 2. And now with the Earth Spirit, it's in no man's land. They won't have a way to stop the roll out. Roadblock. They're still hunting. Lasso, there we go. They're able to catch up the Razor. Yowe, he's going to fall. A great fight for Neon. So we're able to stall this out, and you see when Execration on the nice Yopage. Roll should be back up. Flame break. Can he get it once again? The stun. Is it too long? I don't think it is.
Oh, he makes himself stun.
Sit in front of him. What's going on? This Agonist always out. He's surfing to safety as BDZ. Yopage is still trying to find him. They live to survive. Shadow Step. Alos. Okay. So all after that, the full set of Rax claim bot from the creeps. Still battle going on the river. CTM's okay with the telekinesis. They also got the range Rax up top as well.
Have we highlighted that? Sorry if you mentioned it before, but the Rubik shard with the telekinesis.
Oh, I just saw that. Yeah, I just saw that.
Yeah. And he's got the telekinesis land distance talent as well, so he's just gonna completely reposition all these heroes in team fights. He's like, you know what? You've got your Earth Spirit. Rubik does just as good a job. Well, maybe not, but you get what they're thinking.
We're seeing what happens though. Neon, if you get the jump of the lasso, you're eliminating one hero to start. And this is down to when you're on a high ground, when you're on your own high ground and in your base, one Enchantress, it's so much more difficult to heavily commit deep inside to punish her. Otherwise, if you don't bring her down instantly, you're kind of getting kited further and further back. Next minute, you're behind the throne, and next minute, you're just going to get punished. So you see that time Neon jump from them, the lasso, finding a couple targets, and also the big thing is we've been bringing up constantly this game, CTM hasn't been dishing out the damage, but that was one of the fights where we really saw it come into fruition.
I kind of feel like that was the first fight. Once this Enchantress is I'm gonna say come online, just even had a Dragonlance, that they've been able to like take a fight when Execration's on the run, and you saw how different it was. You know, you finally get the use out of your enchanted quiver. You can finally have that max range to be able to attack people with your impetus. And well, if he can get to level 25, it can be even more. You know, you get that extra 6.5% impetus damage. You are able to be much more of a beast in these team fights. He's also not even had to use his BKB at all just yet, and he's going into a moon shard on top of that. So he just wants to rain down hell from afar.
This is some big items getting picked up for Neon. Opage has almost got enough for the Aghanims, so that is going to be incredible. Another save like we saw previously with Zhang Yuo's Aghanim shard. Also in the root, he's got his Aghanims. So now you have a break on the Doom. It's going to last an extra 6 seconds. So potentially, Opage, is he going to buy out for the Ags or hold buyback? That's the question.
Hell, it's even good against the Viper and the Razor, right? It seems like a lot of these fights are an issue because they can just run away with the overall lack of stuns.
Lane, Nico showing. Force up. Oh no! That's not the start you're looking for. They've got to get back. Cannot stick around now. You messed up your initiation.
Yeah, he did it in the wrong order. He force-stuffed himself and then tried to lasso him with the pop of the Lincolns.
Dire, instant smoke. Forward to the vision. Brady. The backline, Palace trying to target down the Rubik. Are they able to bring him down? Loses himself. It's back to safety. The Supernova got used as well. They're going to commit on forward. Palace still takes care of the Rubik. They won't have Januel. He doesn't have a buyback as well.
Gaben, what are we thinking with this Roche? 7 seconds away. What are you thinking? Come on, make a prediction. Quick.
Minute 50.
Instant. Oh, you're pretty close. Closest without going over is me, technically. We are using Price is Right rules here.
Honestly, I was hoping it was just a long, like the longest Roche one. I want a 60-minute game. We're 4 minutes away. Give me 60 minutes.
Yeah, we've had like a 57-minute game, right? But we ourselves have not had a 60-minute game. So I'm hyped.
Everyone else has been getting 60. I know, B-Cop and Black got that 100-minute thriller. Odds and Ponlo keep getting 60 minutes. Something. Into the DD. Much bigger from Henry. An incredible wall stop. Dude's out as well. This is the Aghanim. Dude to the break. He's there. The fight him. He doesn't have a buyback. Aeontis on this slash. Razor's going to fall as well. 2 down instantly. Neon. What a counter initiation. They're able to protect Opage, and they want more blood too. Back in the mix of it all. Nico, get the Kittle. Oh, that's so close. So close. But guess what? 4th Roshan. It could be for the taking here. In fact, maybe RR's for the taking. Opage, he's got the gem.
But pop his Aeon disc.
Cooldown.
It's nighttime. They might not see him eventually. Oh. 5 seconds away. Tick-tock on the Roche clock. And Opage, he's come into his own. Like, he had a bit of a rough, like, 20 to, let's say, 40 minutes, but multiple times now. Dragging Spectre back into the fountain. Dragging targets away. Yeah, sure, there was one botched initiation just before, but other than that, he's been able to create the chaos needed to allow Enryu to get these dooms up. That Ag doom is fantastic.
And he doesn't have to buy Ags now. Or you give it to Natsumi. Who do you give these Ags to?
Just give it to Opage. I think it's totally fine.
And Refresher Shard too. So they're gonna have... Oh no. I mean, late game... Okay.
What happened?
Triple Doom. He's got a Refresher, I believe I saw queued up for Batrider. Yep, so he's eventually gonna have double lasso. You see... I mean, it's... You need an answer to the Batrider. Often we see in the draft a hard dispel is required. And if you don't have that, there is a massive opportunity in the late game for an instant pickoff. I mean, it lasts 4 seconds. You can drag someone so far away from the team. And we are just seeing in these fights, Opage gets the jump. They're not haunting to cancel the blink fast enough. And just with having a numbers advantage, Neon are doing so much work with that. And now they have the net worth lead. They have the advantage from Roche.
Pretty ballsy there. they're going all out. They're all in on this, it seems, because CTM, he bought out his Moon Shard. He's level 25. He knows he can be a beast. You've also got Natsumi, who I believe finished up his purchase of the Axe. I'm not quite sure where it is just yet. But, did he buy it and sell it? I'm sure I saw that come up. Oh, it was an Axe Blessing,
Dire
right.
are scanning.
Is this?
Axe Blessing on Natsumi. So he doesn't have buyback. He has Aegis, though. And he's going to continue farming this wave. It's always scary, though. It's nighttime. It's spooky. And you don't know where Execration are just yet.
Yeah, the issue is as well is that bottom lane. See, Yopaj is trying to deal with it at the moment. But would you kind of prefer to see Neon almost push through bot instead to not have to worry about the super creeps that are down there?
Maybe they're thinking that luck is on their side and they're going to get better tier 5 items. We've already seen one series kind of decided by it, with a Ballista being picked up in that TB versus Arc Warden game. What could be the one? What could be the thing that shifts something either way for either team? I think Mirror Shield could be quite nice against all this Doom, Lasso, everything going your way. Even Fallen Sky, hell.
I think Gods was the one to say it, where as soon as it gets 60 minutes, can we just have a pause? Like, can we look at these neutral items again and just get a bit of a recap? Because I'm not gonna lie, like, there are just, you never see them. You never really see them. Although apparently in these qualifiers, we're seeing them constantly. We're gonna see them
Natsumi,
again.
he went and bought his own Moon Shard as well. So he doesn't have buyback. He's 3,000 gold away.
Fallen Sky. Ho ho ho, there's one of them. There's one of the big ones. Brady, they're smoking up before hitting items. You gotta hit creeps to get these. Got eye out. They've got this outpost control. Vision. How's Yopaj able to get the jump? He's actually blinking back to safety, and now Natsumi is pushing on forward. You've got to be careful because it's on cooldown for Yopaj. You're instantly heavy on the into the backline as well. And when you do, that's going to get reflected though, so he won't have the double do. Controlling him up at the moment for the damage. It's too much for them to deal with. Natsumi, the turn to stone, swooping over the middle of the fight. CTM can control the outpost. The buybacks are going to be able to rejoin with the TPs, but can they protect the Juggernaut?
The buyback, remember?
They're all in on this team fight. They brought out for the items. They need help and they need it now. Natsumi, Blade 2, Falcon, he's still alive. Natsumi, he's away. Oh my God. And Ryu, blinking, double doom. Yopaj as well. That's going to be a execration. They lose all 5. And look at Yopaj instantly. He's going to shove out mid.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, this game. We don't even need tier 5 items if we've got things happening like that. Get to go on. That's a big buyback being used there.
It's under attack.
Gonna spin on this. Full 30 on Palace as well.
Coming through.
What buybacks were used there from Radiant? So Yopaj and Januel. Rubik Shard, my God.
Yeeted him across the map, basically. Giants ring, baby.
Ha ha ha. Who do we give that to?
What a waste.
I guess he doesn't have much. He doesn't have much strength. Sucks.
Movement speed could be nice for him.
Oh,
Dire's bottom tower
did you
is under
see the
attack.
ballista on CTM?
Oh, he could have DD2. I mean, this... Do you like what Spectre's been doing? Because it looks like Spectre's been prioritizing killing the Rubik instead of the Enchantress. I guess if you go Enchantress, then Telekinesis just protects someone. In our CTM, that's an issue. Now your Enchantress is big damage.
Yeah, and you just have a look at the Rubik's items as well, right? He's got the 4-staff, he's got the Glimmer Cape, and you've got a Nullifier on your Spectre. So it makes a lot of sense to go onto that Rubik because you've essentially, ruined
Dire
that quick
are
mass.
scanning.
4,000 gold of his net worth, maybe more, 4.5k.
What neutral items have we got? All 4 on Radiant. So Ballista is on your Enchantress, Giant's Ring on the Doom,
Look at the Doom
on Yopaj. He is huge. And
he has
also
to do the BKB, Jed.
Oh no, the second Desolator as well is on your Juggernaut. He's actually got a backpack at the moment. And then Dire, they've only got 3. Book of the Dead, again, kind of poopy. That's on the Viper, we've got the Fallen Sky. I've seen too many clutch Fallen Sky plays to win games over. One more is the Apex on the Spectre. Big items of this game.
For me, personally, I feel like it should be Ex Machina on the Doom, and I feel like you should give the Giant's Ring to the Bat Rider, because he's still holding on to this spider legs, and, you know, that's the cooldown for when you're able to actually go over terrain, right? Of course, you got Firefly on top of that, but you can always just go over terrain. It feels like it makes sense, and you want to be on top of people constantly.
What is the last neutral item that you'd like to see from Dire? Is there
Dire's
anyone that's
bottom
standing
tower
out
is
before?
under
Well,
attack.
wait, Escalate.
I'm going to go with Stygian Desolator.
Yeah, I love that. Is wow. I've never seen a call better than that in my
Radiant are
life. So, you cannot play away from your Spectre now. So often we see.
Hold on, sorry to interrupt. Have a look at the win prop.
Oh my! It's dead even.
20k net worth
A1.
and dead even win probability.
Top 6, lower bracket round 4, XctN, 2 major caliber teams, and we have a dead even game 64 minutes in from the win probability. Oh my lord, Neon have crawled their way back into this game. They were down about 15,000 net worth. Now they have a 20k net worth lead, a big win condition as well, with the Spectre buyback being forced out previously.
He basically looks like Roshan in this bit. He's just standing around patrolling his territory. Yeah, it's 20 seconds until Roche could potentially be up, so he's seeing if his brother's home.
That's actually so impactful, this game. The obstructive movement. Because we see, just again, mobility.
Against a Razor.
Positioning, at the jump, exactly. Razor, Viper slow. There's so many slows on Dire. One thing that we haven't brought up with Aghanims on RR, this could be really impactful. We have yet to see Neon, I believe, honestly, actually kill the egg. So Phoenix did go for that supernova hit count. It's up to 16 at the moment. He can drag one person in. That could just make or break it.
Yeah, and yeah, hopefully for their sake, it's not going to be another case of, I believe it was Boomy bringing the Terrorblade into the egg, and the egg died, and TB was dead without buyback in our series yesterday. But I mean, like you said, they really only still have one egg hitter in that Juggernaut.
Look at CTN's net worth. He's 2k behind the Viper. He is.
With a Scotty.
Yep, my god. It's 3,100 health. We're closing on 30s. We are.
Dire's
So
middle
Spectre,
tower is
all the
under
talents
attack.
available. Dire outside the base though. Smoked up. Zerwood's dropping. Natsumi. X is there. We're going to bring him down with the initial jump. Fallen Sky, but a quick BKB, but the Doom's out as well. But the dive away is going to go back forward. Neon, because they can close the distance. Very nice stone. The Earthspit's going to be able to turn into stone, but still the Doom duration's way too much for them to handle. On top of the backline, Viper's down through. It's all to Yahweh, but they're on top of Spectre. He doesn't have a buyback. That just might be it. Spectre down. 120 seconds on the deck. Yahweh's going to fall as well. Razor Viper instantly buying back. Can they try and rat this potentially? Yahweh, you might have to buy out for a refresher and TP bot. I think that's the only opportunity you've got. I don't see what other play they make this game. You've got Glyph, Radiant have Glyph as well. You've got to make a play. You can't go head to head versus 5 heroes.
For it though.
Nico's outside the base. Well, still the static link. So Nico's doing nothing. They're soaking him dry. Meanwhile, Yahweh is getting caught out as well. And Ryu straight on top of him. Eon did pop. He's already used the refresher. They're closing him. Meanwhile, the turret is slowed. Natsumi, the objective base gaming. Natsumi's going to be able to do it. That's it. Neon, they take game